Hello, so Solomon here, and this should be a very quick video. So I just came back from church, okay, and for the first time I visited the Presbyterian Church of Ghana on campus. And I'm doing this video because I don't want to post a longer video today. So on Thursday, okay, the video I posted was a short one, 3 minutes or almost 4 minutes, 30 minutes, 4 minutes, 30 seconds or something, and was in relation to the baptism and how Christians of our time have a very low view of baptism. So today when I went to there's something that I observed, and it's one of the things I have wanting to talk about. I'm not using them as a benchmark, not in any way. But then you see, I've been in about 5 congregations so far, different names of which I like to leave out here. And never in my life have I heard that doing the admonition of the call in the manner that I have today. Okay, what do I mean? I mean that after when the supper started, okay, they prayed and consecrated the element of the bread and wine. And after they made the public call, and the public call that they were making to people, it was that we should come and partake, we should come and feast, we should come and eat. And what are we supposed to come and partake, come and eat? We are supposed to come and eat of the body of Christ and the blood of Christ. Again, no matter how they intend that, okay, this is a language I've not seen used before in my life. Like I've not seen, like when it reaches the Lord supposed to come and feast. And they're like, this is the body and blood that was shed for us on Calvary's cross. And I find this somewhat fulfilling, if that is the right way. I just find it interesting. I just find it so right. The reason I say this again, many of us take the memorial view to the supper of the Lord, okay? Every time you go to the Lord's Supper, you have the understanding that, okay, we are observing, do this in remembrance of me. And we don't have any sense that, okay, when we partake this supper, there is something more than that. We do not assume that in feasting on this supper, we are feasting on the body and blood of Christ. So today, when I heard it for the first time, I was well told. That is not to say they are the people who would be obviously Catholics, Anglican, or they have not been a congregation that says that, no matter what they intend to mean by that. And for me, that is very interesting. And the reason is interesting because if you look at the history of the Christian faith, okay, consistently, the majority view pertaining to the supper is that it is not just a memorial view. You are not just there to remember Christ, you are there to feast on his actual body, to feast on his actual blood. And through the supper, okay, the way they put it is like there is some grace being dispensed. And today I also heard that like we should come and participate. It is a participation in the body of Christ. It is a participation in the blood of Christ. And through this, God is dispensing some benefits to us. And he didn't put it in that elaborate format, okay, but then that is a sense of what I got from it. So how does this relate to the baptism I'm talking about? So baptism is how the person is initiated into the church of God. How the person is given the first grace of God physically. Of course, I mean that when you are baptized, the Bible says that we are making an appeal to God for a good conscience. So God is offering us grace through the sacrament of baptism. And when we come to the Lord's Supper, God is nourishing us through it. And the reason I have this understanding when I take this view, because if you look at 1 Corinthians, the primary text on the supper of the Lord, okay, and it speaks concerning how some people, because they disregard the body, they have certain things happening to them. Is it that for those of us who disregard the body, like the bread and the wine, they are doing so against the body and blood of Christ? 1 Corinthians, if you read that, and that language is a bit telling for me. If the elements are just elements, then why would the Bible say that we will be found guilty of the body and blood of Christ, unless in some way when we partake of the element, you are partaking of the body of Christ, unless in some very unique way when we partake of the one, you are partaking the blood of Christ. And that is a very little I wanted to share. I don't know what, and I don't intend to get anything necessary out of it, but I just want to point it out that it is a bit refreshing that when we go to the Lord's Supper, you believe sincerely that in participating of this supper, you are going to get some grace dispensed to you because of the supper. And again, I think this is why the old people always prefer the words of the sacrament, right? Sacrament is a means of grace, that's something that Christ established that he will use it to dispense grace to his church. And the two sacraments of the Protestant church, the next 2 videos will talk about the identity of Protestant, talks about this sacrament in detail, but the two sacraments of Protestant church is that of baptism, where God add us to the church, and that of the Lord's Supper, what God nourishes us, unite us to the church universal. It's just something I wanted to share. It is interesting. Come, therefore, and feast on the body and blood of Christ that was shed on Calvary's cross. A statement I've never heard cross my ear before. And I thank the Presbyterian Church for this experience. Why did I go there? Yeah, do I even know? God bless you. And I hope, again, this will help you think a little bit about the supper and how you view it. Again, you have to view it more than just you remembering Christ. It is something until that is happening. Because when the people did not do it right, they were being killed, they were sick. If you do it right, God will dispense grace to you to sustain you, to nourish you, and to bless you, so that we are not found guilty, right, of disregarding the body and blood of Christ in the bread and the element, in the bread and the wine, which are the elements. Thank you very much.